It is here now! The 8th edition of Wasimi Summer Soccer Championship 2025. The making of champions from July 25 to August 10, 2025. A festival of football, education, health, entertainment, and plenty of fun. Over 3,000 boys and girls from over 150 football clubs and academies around Nigeria across 6 age group categories assembled for a feast of football that shall be streamed and broadcast live with a seminars for coaches, scholarship opportunities for outstanding players, health tips for all participants and the Wasimi community, and endless entertainment every evening. The Nigerian Heart Foundation shall organize a program on heart-related diseases for the youth as a prelude to a global campaign on the 25th World Heart Day celebration coming up in September 2025. The Wasimi Summer Soccer Championship 2025 is organized by Unique Heights Sports Management in collaboration with the Shegun Debgam International College and Sports Academy, Soka, Mainframe Film Productions, Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM, Nigerian Heart Foundation, Hallmark Hotel and Suites, and Eagle 7 Bamboo Gardens. Call Dennis 0803 490-1541 or Maxwell 0806-476-4674 to be a partner, to brand, sponsor, advertise, or for any inquiries in any aspect of this exciting event. The 2025 Wasimi Summer Soccer Championship is more than a sporting event. From July 25 to August 10, 2025 in Wasimi, a Wekoro local government area of Ogun State, Nigeria. Come have fun and make a difference in the lives of Nigerian youth.
This is 90 Minutes with Mathematical, coming to you live from our studios in Wasimi, really the studios of Eagle 7 103.7 FM. Incidentally, we are number 3 in Ogun State now. 3 years into the start of this radio station, we are actually number 3. We are proud to say that. We are climbing to the top very, very soon. Watch us. So once again, welcome. Don't forget that you can join us later in the show. Remember the telephone number. My guest is here. He's seated. He describes himself as a storyteller. That's what surprises me the most. Yes, I know he does a lot of storytelling, but I describe him often as a cinematographer. Everybody else knows him as a filmmaker. So which one are you really? Uncle TK, Alaji TK, Dr. TK.
Well, good morning, listeners. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Shegun Degbami, because this is Eagle 7 Wasimi Studios is celebrating 3 years already, and I've been part of his journey, and I always wonder at his visions. This place was just bush. And here I am sitting right in these studios for the first time. I was used to the Abeokuta studio, but this is a different experience for me. So congratulations, Shegun, and all the team behind you, behind the success of Eagle 7. This is just the beginning. And thank you for inviting me. Well, am I a storyteller? Yes, I'm a storyteller. And a cinematographer as well. But it's interesting that the work of a cinematographer sometimes is limited in the whole process of making a film. The producers conceive the project, and then they hire a director who is going to bring it to life, and then the director, they decide on a cinematographer. And the process of the work ends in about maybe 4 to 6 weeks. And the cinematographer can go away, but the process continues on. The film is finally ready and introduced to the audience. So I'm not just a cinematographer. I'm involved in all the process of bringing a story to life. When I was growing up in Abeokuta, in Ijaye Kukudi, area Iberekodo in Bagura, where my father at age 5 threw me into the compound, everybody told me stories. It started from oral tradition, and I was completely blown away from Lagos, where more or less there was not such an experience. And it must have influenced me because everything was started with curiosity. And then when I started at Okeno United Primary School, started to read and write, the first literature I found was the Ofagunwa books. And I could always tell stories. I was reading to my grandfather at night. So everything to me is a story. Right now, as we are sitting here, as you wake up every day, walk out of your house, stories that surround you almost immediately. And if you listen and somehow you listen to the environment, you begin to discover all these stories. And I have so many stories and experiences from literature to tell people. So rather than say, Shegun, let me tell you a story. How many people would that reach? So maybe in hindsight, I had to find a medium, in which case I use film or content today to tell as many people as possible this story that is ringing in my head. So I am both.
Wow.
I'm more.
What of the photography? Is that different from cinematography?
Yeah, well, photography and cinematography respond to the same theory.
Okay.
But you take photography one picture at a time. To give an illusion of movement, those photographs have to be projected or be presented at a particular frame rate. So in this case, standard in making movies is 25 frames or 24 frames in a second. That is, instead of taking one picture, I settle for taking 24, 25 in 1 second.
Wow.
So that is the difference.
That creates the movement.
That creates the movement. The movement presents sort of a difference between the still photography and cinematography.
Okay, and there's this dimension of you. If only people can see you. Yes, people are seeing you anyway, and because we are being streamed live around the world, and they can see your attire. They can see, you are always dressed in a cultural attire. And some of us call you cultural ambassador. So tell us about that aspect of your life, the culture, and you just tying up to it so completely in everything that you do.
Well, I usually respond to my environment. As a matter of fact, the films I make has to have a bit of myself in it and about my environment. Because I wonder, we are so blessed in Nigeria and Africa that we have so much. Everywhere to me inspires me. The music, the spirituality. When I was growing up, the procession, the Egungun procession, in our compound, everything we missed. We mixed. There's no. We celebrate Christmas, Egungun festival, Islamic festivals, Ileya festival, all in one spot. And my experience, even the gastronomy, because from our background, it's usual to eat eba in the morning, afternoon, and evening. But our protein intake is supplied during the Egungun festival because akara is free and moimoi is free. You can eat as much as you like. In fact, when there's a procession and the women are dancing behind their Egungun, they carry a stick, and they, stick it with one moimoi, and then they are showing, just to show you. So the Yoruba have a proverb that says, because at that time you can't pay for it because it's free. So I respond, and that goes into what we wear, and that is the meaning of culture, of a people. So I realized just about the time I was leaving secondary school that, I have to do something about what I wear. I'm a rebel in that sense because I hate tie and bow tie and all these things. So I decided to, express myself with the fabric, the color, the art of a people. So I'm really sensitive, and I take it further than that because I sew it the way I like, the way anytime I have an outing, I consider what I'm going to wear. Sometimes I spread my clothes before I make a choice. So at that point, you can say, this is Egungun. This is Egungun. And I design...
The artist at work.
Yeah, I design my own. I don't own an agbada. I think it's too much waste of material and so on. And before Koto Yonbai, as in Yonbai, no, you cannot be physically active with such, and we are moving all the time. So I decided this is how I sew my clothes, and I find a local tailor, and we formed that relationship, and he knows when I say, no, don't do that. My cap has to be dressed to the left, and so on and so on. You know, so for me,
Wow. A complete Yoruba.
it's a complete Yoruba and African. Because my shawls that I usually buy from Burkina Faso when we have the African Film Festival in Burkina Faso and so on. So all over Africa, we have everything to sell to the whole world.
I remember 2 years ago, I told you about the Wasimi Summer Soccer Championship, and you came. And when you came loaded with your cameras, your what's that thing that flies in the air?
It's now called drone.
The drone.
Yeah. It's called drone.
You came with your drone, you came with all of those things, and you experienced and captured the Wasimi thing for one day. Tell us about it, because it's coming up from next week.
No, because I take all this inspiration from you, because I didn't know that there was possible to bring more than 5,000 people into Wasimi. And this is an explosion. A lot of young people, and different colors, different atmosphere completely. And I have always wondered why, even in Ogun State, it should be recognized and be expected by now the government should buy into this, because you have already done the job in Wasimi, you know. So, and I look forward to it as, how can one ignore such a collection, a bunch of aspiring young people? And it's so exciting to me, both boys and girls. And then, of course, the local economy. That it is the background to a fantastic story, you know, which the whole world must know what is going on in Wasimi in Ogun State here.
Wow.
Because by now, I expected that it would be some maker of some sort. You know, so as a filmmaker, as you say, as a cinematographer, or as people say, storyteller, it will be impossible for me to ignore such a phenomenon, you know, in our development in our country, Nigeria.
TK, you have not done a film in how many years? At least we haven't seen your new movies for some years. How many years now?
About 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. That's very unusual.
Yes, my last film, remember, is Anyila. And after that, I thought, yes, this is it. Now I've entered another phase, or final phase of my professional life.
Explain that.
No, what I mean is that I've been working for more than 50 years, part of it in television. And when we started mainframe productions, you know, the films started from Toluwanile. I know Koshegbe actually, and then past Toluwanile, and we did the Oleku. And by the way, I've declared, soon I will do the posts, that I have declared July at the season of Oleku. Regularly, there's a lot of things happening, because at the end of the month, we are going to Oleku, we return to University of Ibadan, where we made it. And we'll be in celebration of Tunde Adigbola's at 70.
Wow.
So one evening on the 30th of July, everybody is going to watch Oleku at the courtyard of Institute of African Studies. It's a collaboration, so it's a festival on its own.
Wow.
And we perhaps repeat that. And some of the classics that we have made, you know, that people, my problem is, if I stop working, people start to ask, where is the new film? Where is the new film? And after Anyila, then we are sort of wanted to embark on something until the opportunity came for me in 2021 to start work on Cordelia, which is a fantastic story.
You will tell us about
Cordelia. But in any case,
I want you to commit to something. Since you said month of July, we are in the month of July.
And this is the month of Oleku.
This is the month of Oleku, and this is the month of the Wasimi Summer Clinic. So before the end of this month, I want you to commit that here in Wasimi, we are going to show Oleku.
Yes, we should. We should program Oleku in July.
in July before
Yeah,
the
maybe
during,
even during the festive, the soccer fiesta,
Yes.
which is what I call the Wasimi experience.
yes,
You so call it something else. I think it's a fiesta.
fantastic,
So I think we should put that in our program.
fantastic. Well,
So
you can
if we
hear-
say Oleku returns to Ua, and we can say now Oleku goes to Wasimi.
wow, I can't wait. So now you are just progressing into Cordelia.
Yes.
So let us hear the story. After that, we'll go on our break.
Cordelia is one of Femi Oshofi's creation. It was somebody that drew my attention, to Cordelia. Brought this small novelet. Brought this if it's a novel or novelette, I don't know. It's so small that I can't believe it and say, I think you should look at this. And I read it. And the first thing I wanted to do was just go and meet Professor Femi Oshofi about this book. That morning when I got to Professor Femi Oshofi, after greeting and all that, I said, I wanted to talk to you about this story because I'm going to adapt it for a film. And Professor Femi Oshofi is with, I don't know what you'll find in Cordelia. I don't know what will happen if you see Mahami. I said, give me a minute. And she goes up and brought Mahami. And I read a few pages of Mahami and said, this is what I'm going to do first. I can come back to Cordelia later. And I said, I don't know. I don't know what you will do if you saw the pirates. And he goes in and brings out another book. And this one is in fact, it's special. An espionage story within the Nigeria concept and everything.
Wow.
And I knew that this is a challenge, so I put that away. But meanwhile, I chose to do Mahami first because at that time, the world soccer, the World Cup was ceded to an African country in South Africa. And I saw the opportunity to link Femi Oshofi's story to an adult Kashi who came from England to pay for the Nigerian side. See, so I chose Mahami at that point. And then I kept Cordelia in my cabinet for a long time. I didn't know what to do about it. And then in 2021, I received a delegation of some sort, visitors from abroad. But I remember that Wale Adegunlagunja and Professor Shekoni was part of it in my small house in Abeokuta. So they were all sitting there. I'm sitting on the step leading to the house and said, what is this about? And James Anderson, who is the director of orchestral activities at the University of Delaware, started talking and said they had embarked on a project called Cultural Fusion. And this case, they had come to me and they hoped that I would agree that they will take one of my previous films and take out the soundtrack, the music track out of it. And then in Delaware, one day they will assemble the orchestra, they will watch the film and then started playing to it live.
Wow.
And I said, listen, as soon as he finished, and he said, we hope that you, I said, I will do it. I said, I'll do it, but no, we're not going to use a previous movie. We're going to make another one. Give me a minute. And I went inside and brought Cordelia and said, this is what we're going to do.
Wow.
And at that point, I knew that the story in Cordelia inspires the greatest musical score anything you can imagine because it's so dramatic, you can't know what is happening. Once you are sucked into it immediately and you don't get out of it until the end of the film. Particularly, you don't know how the film will end. So from that point, I accepted that challenge. And they had programmed that at the end of 2021, this event will take place in December 5. And so, how do we make a film without the fund, the budget? But at this point, I must recognize and thank our main investors, Tayo Oladimeji and Kunle Adebiyi. And I approached them because of the success for Ayinla. They said, no, it's okay. Yes, we put in how much do you need and things like that, and we agreed. And so we started the film, making the film from 2021. Well, we managed to put that together something that they used in Delaware, but the film was not ready. And I had imagined that Cordelia will be a fast turnaround project, and by and by became a monster. So time dragged on, and this refused. In fact, by the end of Cordelia, some of my people jokingly refer to Cordelia as Cody. Because they say, I'm a bit Cody. So I'm so happy because when you start to mention July, everything happened in July. The final versions of Cordelia is now finally ready around July 7. And so everything is July, and at this point I must show my gratitude to everyone starting from Baba Olusegun Obasanjo, because yes, it is the story of a coup. And the general I first met and said,
just hold it there, because you are going to come back and start from there.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
What we want to do now is to give you the trailer for the first time. We want people to see and listen.
That's fantastic.
And listen. See the trailer, listen to the sound or whatever. If you are watching, then you can see it. If you are just listening, just listen. And then when we come back, TK will now take us into the story with Baba Obasanjo.
Thank you.
All right, the trailer.
I'm Cordelia Wazi Peters. Do you believe in love?
What is going on between you two?
There's nothing between us. There's fire on the mountain.
What is it?
Come.
What happened?
Fire on the mountain.
They've wrecked everything completely.
Fellow citizens, this is Colonel Wanzi Peters. I announce the successful ousting of General Matthias Kalarima.
Remy?
I need to come and get the car.
The coup just happened about 30 minutes ago.
Hero, how? When? You are telling me I cannot have the car because it is yours? That ancient locomotive?
Lower your voice. This is the key. You can go anywhere you want to go. I don't care. We have to get out of here now.
What's this happened to me? Look out, sir, look out!
What's that, Johnny? Olosi, Asimi.
You've been so kind to me.
Where is the girl? Where is the girl? Where is Cordelia? Is that why you are beating us?
It's okay if you are not going to talk voluntarily. They will make you talk.
Don't tell me you're in love with her.
My plan is to send an emissary to Kawale.
Mr. Professor.
What about your daughter?
They will kill her.
Everyone dies.
This is a war. They will move you tonight. Professor, can you hear me?
We need to remind ourselves that this is Eagle 7 Sports Radio, really, because what the experience we just went through, watching and listening to that trailer would make you feel that you are in a cinema house or you are in a radio station that is specialist in the area of films and music, with what we just heard. But this is Eagle 7 Sports Radio, and it's reaching you all the way from Wasimi, that beautiful, ancient, idyllic setting, and very close to Abeokuta. You must come here to come and be part of the fun. So now we go back to this movie, and you are telling us about Baba Obasanjo and his connection to that movie. Go ahead.
Well, Cordelia is about, it's like a glance back to our recent history. When a coup or natural disaster happens, it affects ordinary people who wake up in the morning and, relationship in the house before they go out to work, but nobody knows what will happen from the time you step out from your house. Sometimes you are sucked into something that had nothing to do with you completely. So people suffer sometimes from that experience. Basically, that's what the story is. But my problem is the story about a military coup, and it's very sensitive. I admit that coups are no longer fashionable around us here because we have had enough of it already. We have a democracy, and we are in robust democracy that's in a flux because we are developing along with it. So we are comfortable, so no problem about that. But I didn't want to risk just making the film and then saying, no, you can't show this film here. So I needed clearance I needed the support of the Nigerian army. So I went to Baba with my friends, the Bada, Olowu. Your troublesome, the new Bada, I hope is not troublesome as he's transformed.
He's worse these days.
You should say, because I know your relationship, you are what do they say, criminal in...
Leave that here, but leave him out of
So anyway, we were, 3 of us were there, and I went to meet Baba, greeted him and said, Baba, I need your help. And I turned out a page from the script, and Baba saw it and said, okay, I know what you are trying to do. Baba said, I can remember, and said, are you talking about me? And I said, no, sir, but this is our story. And I needed to meet the Chief of Army Staff, General Farouk, at that time. And Baba didn't commit. He said, okay, try to call. I said I should just leave it. Then one morning, I was going to Lagos, quite ordinarily, dressed casually, and I was in the train. And Baba's secretary called me and said, you have an appointment to meet the Chief of Army Staff in Abuja at 5 o'clock.
Wow.
From that point, I had nothing, no document, nothing. But I knew from that point, I should have just continued that journey straight
to Abuja.
Abandon what I was doing. So when I got to Lagos, I had a meeting with Yinka Oduniyi. And when he saw, I said, look, forget. He said, no, eat breakfast. We prepare it. He said, no, it's not about breakfast. I must be in Abuja today. And so I said, no. He just started arguing. We started arguing about it. He said, TK, my wife is a traveling agent. So your ticket is not a problem. Just eat this breakfast first. So I rushed it. In any case, I found myself in a plane. But before that, where was I going to get any document that was related to what I was going to do? And we have one of, I've mentored many people, and one of them was in Abuja, a follower. I said, look, listen, I'm going to send you the documents. Go and print and bind them. And so by the time we landed in Abuja, met a follower, he had done all the documents, and I look at the time. We have only a few minutes to 5 o'clock. So we got a cab and we were there in the headquarters. Yes. And apparently they had been expecting me, clearance and everything, and I was in the office of General Farouk. And his ADC, whose name I cannot recall, when he just saw me, he just shouted, TK, he had known me before. Let's take a selfie. I said, no, don't tell us to take a selfie. I must say, no, relax, he's expecting you. And when I finally met the Chief of Army Staff, he was very cordial, as if we had met before. One comment I must make, because in my journey, I found that the generals, the officers of the Nigerian Army are well educated and trained. They seem to know everything.
Wow.
So he has, Farouk said, no, don't let's see that this, relax, let's just talk. And he was telling me about my profession.
Wow.
He knew what the plot and things like that are and so on. And then he was very cordial and said, no, we have our own public relations department. We have from them, they will take over from this and so on. And we went outside and we took photographs and I left. Then later, I got a letter from them saying they had authorized the making of the movie and they assigned the second division to us.
Wow.
And we went to about the 1st Battalion, and so that was one of our major locations. And the other location is UI. So the film is made from that barracks in Mokola area and the University of Ibadan.
Wow.
So playing that teaser just bring memories to me. And if you notice, the music is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because it is started from the music. And then we found a story, to match the music.
Incredible. Well, if you are just joining us, this is 90 Minutes with Mathematical. My guest is Uncle TK, Tunde Kelani, and our conversation is about his life up to a point and his newest work, which is Cordelia. And Cordelia will be out this month, this July, next week, actually.
July 18.
July 18.
Nationwide.
Yeah, that's next week, July 18. And a few days before or after, watch out for it. It will also be shown, it will premiered in Lagos, and then it will be shown also here in Abeokuta. Special previewing here in Abeokuta.
Special screening.
Special screening here in Abeokuta. And of course, Baba Obasanjo will be involved. Is this story about Baba Obasanjo?
No, it's not. It's the audience, when you watch the film,
make up your
you
mind.
make up your own mind what it is. It's just a slice of just a slice, a day's event in our total experience as a people.
Okay. Just let me see. I don't want to start taking calls now, but it appears okay. No, we won't take calls now. We won't take calls now. So, this movie has taken 3 years. 3 years. Why did it have to spread over 3 years? Because I'm an insider, so I want to lead you into something.
No, let me tell you another story.
Okay, go on. You are a storyteller now.
I have a lot of collaborations because after I left film school and came back to Nigeria, left NTA, I went private because my purpose was to use this medium to share my cultural experience.
Good.
And I started collaboration with the academics. First of all, I started adaptation from Adebayo Faleti and then Akinmi Shola. And my collaboration with all of them, puts me in another world entirely because it's about collaboration.
That's why you're a doctor today.
No.
Or genuine and authentic.
Look,
you will soon be a
just
professor.
Because
that's why you are a lecturer. You also teach
the way
you. No, go on. Okay.
The way you talk about this doctor.
Yes. Go on. You teach
some people,
in a university.
If they have,
if
they have an attack in Olomori, they will say they know a doctor and bring the child to my house.
But we are proud of the work you are doing. We are proud that you are teaching in various institutions around the world, and you are found worthy and you have deserved it.
Thank you. Don't let me forget the story I'm about to tell.
Okay.
After my working experience with Professor Akinmi Shola and some of the other people, other learned, the intellectuals, it gives my work another bent entirely, But Akinmi Shola, after being involved in the process of writing, I don't want to go into how he writes because he writes the screenplay. I encourage him to write his own screenplay.
Okay.
He had to learn to do it. Now, he told me one day and said, TK, now I understand this thing. And it's the same thing about doing other things. And he said, if you want to build a house, you decide to build a house and you find a land, you clear it, you pay, and they give you C of O and you start the foundation. What you have done is you have invited witches. So suddenly the local ajes will come around and say, man, he's going to build a house here. Okay, we'll see. And then they start work on you. But after you pass the foundation and you begin to bring in the blocks, they say, Omanko. Then they will now invite the witches in Ibadan. Look, we have work here, and they will arrive. But when you begin to suddenly you see what video Lintel, the people they send for the witches in Lagos. Say, look, this guy. No, we have to make sure that this doesn't happen. And they will finally invite the witches abroad to come and give them international support. Then at that point, everything happens. You don't know what is happening in your life. You just struggle because you want to do it, and you're finding solutions here and there, which take time. Everything takes time, and it's in time. And then finally, Akim Shola tells me that the day you roof the house, all the witches will disappear. They say, let's go and find somebody else. Wow. So that's how that explains everything about making film. You are thinking this way, but everything around you is going the other way, and you are trying. I can tell you that making Cordelia gave me challenges that were life-threatening and career-threatening.
Wow.
But like Akim Shola put in his story, he told me, all the witches seem to have disappeared. So the day that film goes on the screens, and the people, our audience, by the way, have always supported us, go to the theater as many as possible to watch this film, the witches will disappear completely.
Amen.
Amen.
In fact, they have disappeared. They have disappeared. But okay, every disappointment is a blessing. Every disappointment. Before the July 18th date that people are going to now start to watch, I know that you have done some work recently on that movie that takes it from where it was when you finished it initially to where it is now. That makes you even happier that you had to go through that period of time.
No, what it means is now I can now thank the witches and then can write a letter to them to express
your gratitude.
My gratitude to them for what they've done, because the version that was screened at University of Delaware that people saw with a live orchestra of 75 people playing to that version was not ready. And I found out that later, now that I had the opportunity to benefit from experiences both in motion pictures and sound, particularly, the film is now ready. And I would have been totally disappointed with if I had done it then. So all the delays, all the witches schemes and all that, I now see the point of it. So the meaning of that is is now a reflection that God is in control and knew what was best for us.
Absolutely.
That all the headache, I can tell you all the headache and the magic.
Everything
finally
was for good.
It was for
in
good.
The end.
And I thank everybody who has supported and been part of it. This is a film that we can be proud of, including you.
Oh yes, but you didn't put me in this movie, although I was part of it. But I didn't act in it. I had acted in.
Cordelia was so dramatic, and the theme of it was anyway. It had no soccer in it. There's no mathematical.
Well, I acted in Anila. I acted in Campus Queen.
Yes.
And if you go back and watch those two movies, you cannot miss
and Shegun, you are still going to, you are going to act.
Superstar
you are
actor.
going to. You see what you always ask me. If even you play the scene, the day you see the poster, I say, photo me that.
Of course, I should be on the giant posters in front if you want to sell. Well, if you're listening to us, this is Eagle 7 Sports Radio, and we are reaching you from Wasimi in Ogun State. And my guest is Uncle TK Tunde Kelani. And we're going to go on this short break again. Take this nice piece of music from Orlando Julius, our friend. He was our mutual friend before he passed on. And his music, his song, is actually what you've been listening to, is the soundtrack of that movie, Cordelia. But this time, just for us to ease the tempo a little bit, we'll be listening to Jaguar Nana, an old song. I love that song so much. We'll be listening to this. And when we come back, we'll take a few of your calls, and then I will still ask TK one or two other questions And I hope that you would have been fully satiated with this morning's program. So let's go on this break.
It is here now! The 8th edition of Wasimi Summer Soccer Championship 2025. The making of champions from July 25 to August 10, 2025. A festival of football, education, health, entertainment, and plenty of fun. Over 3,000 boys and girls from over 150 football clubs and academies around Nigeria across 6 age group categories assembled for a feast of football that shall be streamed and broadcast live with a seminars for coaches, scholarship opportunities for outstanding players, health tips for all participants and the Wasimi community, and endless entertainment every evening. The Nigerian Heart Foundation shall organize a program on heart-related diseases for the youths as a prelude to a global campaign on the 25th World Heart Day celebration coming up in September 2025. The Wasimi Summer Soccer Championship 2025 is organized by Unique Heights Sports Management in collaboration with the Shegun Degbam International College and Sports Academy, Soka, Mainframe Film Productions, Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM, Nigerian Heart Foundation, Hallmark Hotel and Suites, and Eagle 7 Bamboo Gardens. Call Dennis 0803 490-1541 or Maxwell 0806-476-4674 to be a partner, to brand, sponsor, advertise, or for any inquiries in any aspect of this exciting event. The 2025 Wasimi Summer Soccer Championship is more than a sporting event. From July 25 to August 10, 2025 in Wasimi, a Wekoro local government area of Ogun State, Nigeria. Come have fun and make a difference in the lives of Nigerian youth.
Welcome back. Eagle 7 Sports Radio 103.7 FM. We are driven by technology. Our figures online followership is unbelievable. We'll make that revelation very, very soon because we are creating waves all over the world. We are on 20 radio stations in the Caribbean now. So this is huge. So I just talked about technology. And whilst we are expecting telephone calls can start to come in now, let me give you the numbers again. 0700 2255 1037 and 081 27 82 8497. We are talking about technology now. TK, we have a call. First caller, good morning.
Yeah. First time to take my call. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You know, we can't hear you properly. AY.
From E4, yes.
Okay, AY from E4.
You know, sir, it's been long. I've been trying to be part of the program, but you don't need to pick my brother because of time. I don't know. So I understand.
Okay.
I love your program all the time and keep it up.
Thank you.
You know, last week you were talking of the late our
Peter Rufai.
Peter Rufai. So I wanted to contribute. You know,
well, today we are not discussing.
Government did not take care of Peter
No, we are
Rufai.
not discussing
Peter
Rufai
even yourself now hosting this program. You know, you are an entrepreneur. So one thing about Nigeria today is that you are on your own. So when you are getting anything, you have to establish yourself so that you don't depend on anybody to come and help you. So this is my advice for the rest of all the players currently, you know, playing home and abroad.
Okay.
Not even players, whoever you are, you need to have something as you can do because nobody care for you, nobody is after you. All they need is when you make, they will be there to say, this is our person, let's go to it. And then my brother hosting a program with you right now. Thank you very much for the program, the vital program, and we look forward to take your step as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, AY. Thank you. That was good. Well, entrepreneurship, skills development, you know, you go to school, it is not so that you start looking for a job, but you start to create one. That is the message. TK, I was talking about technology and its influence and impact on that entire film industry. I don't know how you cope. You know, I tried at a time when you introduced me into the world of TV and so on, and the rate of change, of development of technology became so fast that I had to abandon it at a point. So tell us about technology then and now, and your own experience, particularly in this movie, Cordelia.
Well, it will take more than a program to talk about technology and how it impacts our lives as human beings. My story of my journey, my story is the story of several development in technology, because when I conceived what I wanted to do, all I wanted was a camera in life, and my parents could not afford to buy me one. Well, once I got into secondary school, I found ways by which I could find some money to buy this camera. And then later, after graduation, apprenticed as a photographer, and then changed and was employed by the Western Nigerian Television, WNTV, WNPS, P.O. Box 1460 Ibadan. Because I was proud, proud of my, that is why where I became the professional that I am today. Because they have everything.
Just give us a second. WNTV, WNBS.
Yes.
We'll take off from there. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is Alan Taylor Oluwafemi Wilfred.
Honorable.
I just want to give kudos to my great brother, Uncle Taylor. Like what you are doing, I'm one of the greatest fans, and I always glued my car radio to 103.7 FM.
Thank you.
You love my great brother. Love the world. I love what you are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And your Anon is saying hello to you.
It's okay. Yes.
It's gone. So, WNTV, WNBS.
So, when I was employed in WNBS, I walked into the studios for the first time in my life. I said, this is my home. And what made it is the kind of training that I got under the best African broadcast managers ever. You know, that is another experience entirely. But they had started me well, you know, because all the cameras I was dreaming of, they were there. I didn't even have to go home, you know. But the journey was that, you have to remember, cast your mind back, because we all fooled around with photography as amateurs. It was black and white. You know, you had to take this picture and take it to a photographer to develop. You wait 3 days, and then you look at the negatives, and then you decide to print, you select, and another 3 days before you got your pictures. And fast forward to where we are today. During that process, we changed to color. Even the sound changed from, it was optical sound when I joined. Now it's magnetic. It was magnetic sound, color. And then we were making, later got out of television, started to make films. We import the material, the films, we shoot the story, and we re-export all the films for processing before we saw what we did.
Wow.
And then after a few weeks, they send it all back to us. We sing the rushes, edit, and lay the tracks, and we all go abroad to finish it.
Wow.
But now fast forward through that journey, then telephone. I was interested in knowing a telephone, especially when I was in First Tag, because I was working with the BBC World Service on contract basis. And so we had to have a pager. Then after pager, the first set of analog mobile phones, popularly known as 090, came. And I remember I needed one and saved. And one day I spent about 100,000 naira to get one so that BBC could reach me. And then internet, you know, computer came, personal computers. And we all fool around with it. You know, you are an expert at playing digger.
With Yinka Craig.
And I had my friends who were computer. From that point, I saw the possibility with the computer, and I spent a lot of money moving from one to the other until I bought my clone, IBC clone.
With these calls are coming, and
Hello,
I was
morning,
the one
sir.
that asked them to call.
Hello.
Let's just take it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes. Please,
Hello.
who's calling and where from?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Uncle Peter, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Uncle Shege, good morning, sir.
Morning. What's your name?
My name is Johnny Ginde. I'm calling from Abeokuta, sir.
Okay.
Honestly,
Stop
I
this,
want
sir,
to
thing.
give
Stop
thanks
this,
to
sir,
God
sir,
Almighty
thing.
for Uncle Tiki. In fact, your films are classical. They are very good films that we enjoyed a lot. Sir, I want to ask a question. Do you have film school in Nigeria? Because from the qualities of your films production and whatever, I can see that you are trained from abroad. So do you have any school where you can train people so that we have good quality production, just the way you are giving to us, sir? Thank you very much,
okay.
sir.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. But we, of course, tried. And a few years ago, we set up the Mainframe Film Institute here in Abeokuta, actually in Olomore. And the witches, but we struggled with it until COVID. When COVID came, it disrupted the whole thing, and we have not been able to revive it. But I still go around on invitation, organize short courses for young people, and so on. Because the thing about technology that we're talking about is we have got to a point now that you cannot stop. As a matter of fact, you have to regularly update this technology coming at us as professionals. If you ignore it, or if you stop for 1 month or 2 months, you'll be obsolete. There's nothing you can do. You are finished. You are done.
Wow.
Because that's the game. Because the rate that technology comes, the changes. I've gone through all the changes. I was talking about computers, and after computers, then the web came, and then that was changing everything. But I knew and suspected that I think it was one computer called Atari, where first of all, they put a sound card in the computer and they put a graphics card. And the software that came suggested to me that this is the future of my work, motion pictures. There's no way this one will not impact us. And I was right. So we went through all that stages. It's what is involving. And then lately, maybe for the last few years, then AI came. And artificial intelligence, we don't know how it's going to end. But my advice to young people is take advantage of whatever you have. You can lay your hands on rather than wait. For instance, when I got my phone in Festac, I was sort of a celebrity, privileged Nigerian. 700,000 people had telephone. 700,000. Can you imagine? A network.
Only 700,000
only throughout the whole country. As a matter of fact, in my boys' quarter house in Festac, people book an appointment to come and receive calls from abroad in my house.
Wow.
But look at it today. Everybody owns a phone. Everyone. Smartphones. And all these young people, they don't know, they have not used it well. Yes, you can dabble into social media, TikTok, Instagram, and all of these things. But this is a powerful gadget. You are empowered once you have the phone because you can apply so many things. Especially, look at all the trouble I took trying to get a camera in my life and all of these things. Look at what you have. Now, there are millions of any young people that bought a phone last week. By the time we meet, it's going to introduce them and say, I'm also a cinematographer, sir.
Yeah. Content producer.
And some of them just say cinematographer and they say, yes, you are welcome. You can use it. So you continue to use it. Now I teach smartphone or mobile phone cinematography. Now you can be professional with it. And I made documentary, Yoruba Beyond Borders, just using 2 mobile phones and so on. So there's nothing we can do about technology. If I want to be the funny side of it, I always tell people, that today, but so that we can use it. It has this fantastic, assistance to whatever you are doing. So we have to continue to learn these technologies and apply it to solve our problems.
Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mathematical Degame.
Is that your name, sir?
TK, I say good morning.
Good morning. I hope you are having a beautiful Saturday.
Yes. Reverend Mike Shoyemi.
Reverend Shoyemi?
Yes. AKA Mr. Volleyball.
Mr. Volleyball. Oh, yeah. Good to hear your voice again.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
In fact,
that's you. I mean,
in actual fact, if I tell you that 6 years ago that we are organizing the program coming up next week, I never noticed of it. I never come across of it at all.
Wow.
So when I heard the information this morning, I began to think of how I can, be physically witness it. So I am in assurance, you see, they are of age. But I have started praying, and God will make provision for me to attend that program.
It is just down the road. It is down the road from you. Ashe Road to Wasmi.
I am conversant with Wasmi.
Very good. Very good.
Even when I was coaching at the lab, I serve in the first country as a pioneer volleyball coach.
Yes.
You see? So I started praying to God to enable me to come. That is number one. You have been doing a fantastic job. Honestly speaking, if we have 2, 3, 4 of your type, sporting activities will be rapidly developed. Honestly speaking, I don't know how you can organize these principals of our secondary school to go back organizing inter-house sports. They always make a claim that the student is so hooliganism, this and that. See, back here, look at Gateway Football Club. See the condition that club is now. A single man in Lemo, from the club to now see, and look at that club start to be the champion of the National League this year. You can imagine, we have a lot of rich people in the bar here. And the position of the bar is in that, nation. See, it shouldn't be like that. Honestly, it shouldn't be like that. In athletics, in various sports, thank God for your life.
Thank you.
Honestly speaking, thank God for your life.
Thank you.
God will continue to strengthen you.
Amen.
And you continue to enjoy divine protection. You, your wife, your children, your family, even TK that is with you there. You've been calling so many people. If not you, I won't be able to have a link with Adewale Adeni, the Controller General of President Department.
Wow.
You have been doing a fantastic job, and God will continue to help you.
Amen.
That competition will achieve maximum success. In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. As he was speaking, this very important question I want to put to you, TK, is that, he talks about sports and, young people, the opportunities, and I've been preaching that the opportunities in sports are so vast. It is like you can take care of all the young people who are jobless, who are idle, and so on and so forth. And I'm thinking that the opportunities in the world of cinema, the film world, the world of film, drama, music, all of those things can actually even do more.
Yes.
But what are those opportunities? How vast are the opportunities in the world of movies and films and all of that? How vast is it?
Well, one thing that is current that we have to think about is, even we make movies, we have to rely on streamers like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all the others. These are foreign-based companies who have come into Africa So sometimes I think the best thing that can be done is to develop our own platforms for Africans, for us, for Nigeria. And well, perhaps the challenge to all of those ones is YouTube, because YouTube is going to be big and YouTube too is outside. So imagine if we had the investment to establish platforms that take care of Africa, so we'll be able to compete.
Wow.
That's on the other end of the scale. And it's not as if we lack the stories. This is Africa. 50 countries, 2,000 or 3,000 diverse cultures, color, everything, music, performance in one continent. What the hell is wrong with us? Even starting from Nigeria. Even the Nigeria film industry, popularly referred to as Nollywood, has not even reflected the diversity of Nigeria itself. So what are we doing? Maybe half of the stories the young people are telling are, inspired by Hollywood and America and all those places. So what I think is that once we recognize that and we start to tell authentic African stories, the assets that we have culturally and perhaps literally and everything is, it can't be quantified. It's endless. So it provides the opportunity for young people. There's a lot we can do. Film is in it. What is exciting about it is about everything, starting from the literary writing and then to the design, to fashion design, to costume, to the food, to entertainment, the music,
the dance,
the drama, everything complete. It's just like sports.
Including sports.
In fact, imagine, in this season, young people should be writing sports-based stories, creating heroes, and so on. So it's limitless.
Wow. Well, that's a fascinating message for all young people. This is Eagle 7 Sports Radio. We are reaching you from Abeokuta and Wasimi because we have studios also in Abeokuta. Something bothers me, my second to the last question. Something bothers me about AI. I sincerely appreciate what AI can do in providing quick answers to probably difficult questions. But I also suspect, and I have been very reluctant, to use AI because I think it diminishes the pleasure I derive from creating it myself, from providing the answers myself. Does AI reduce our intellectual exercise, our imagination, our creativity, I don't know, does it? Or does it enhance it? Because I don't apply it.
Well, I think you should not get left behind.
Okay.
It will come to a point where you will need it. As a matter of fact, it depends on you, how you want to use it. I use AI. I have maybe for the last 2 or 3 years I've been studying it and practicing it because, like all the other technologies that met me at work, I didn't ignore any one of them. The advice I have is to take advantage of it and use it, because if you strip down the human being, it's yourself. You have the ability to decide what is good and bad. Because like everything else in the world, you can use it for good or bad. So when it comes to the personal decision level, it is you. A lot of people will use it badly, crime and everything. But a lot more people will use it. It's very, very useful. For instance, even in your program, you want to remember something that was happening. If you just typed, when did this happen, you will get details.
The answers.
You get the answers immediately. And the AI, the model can ask you, do you want me to put this in a page? You know, so it's something that anyway you can do a lot of research and find answers to problems. So it's useful in that sense. In any case, it's going to claim some jobs. Everybody is threatened. And let me tell you, the downside of it is that the founders of AI they're beginning to regret it. Because they're beginning to regret it in the sense that they don't know where to stop. What they were doing scientifically is to make an artificial intelligence that will behave like human beings. That was the error they were doing. So they realized now they are already trying to come together, but the greed has set in already because they are
the genie is out of the bottle.
They are just trying to make as much money as possible, and they are competing among themselves. So they don't know where to stop. You know, but you cannot ignore it. That's what I would say, because if you stand in front of technology, it will roll you over.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you'll be out of job. Even in your radio, this beautiful station and so on, you find yourself struggling to compete with people who took advantage of it to enhance their work and all of that. So please,
well, it is in application here all over us. Here it is.
There are all the software you are using. Updates are coming in every week, and they are infusing AI into what you normally would think that it is a program or something. So it's inevitable.
Well, thank God, I'm just an ordinary football player. and at the end of the day, AI cannot play football for me.
And you know, at this age, I don't think you can score any more goals.
No, I've been scoring. No.
You are?
Yes, I play against Tito, my son.
And then
I
lost.
I deal with him, but he wins.
That's his AI compliant.
If there's one movie that you have not made in your entire career, if you have a dream to make a movie, just one movie, would it be about Segun Odegbami? What would that movie be? There's one movie.
No, you'll be connected. In what I'm thinking, God, we're praying for long life and good health. And I think this is the time that we should take out our best, because I've always dreamt of doing Dio Fagunwa stories.
Wow.
And I have with me Delanos Aye Dayoyimbo is a wild ruler's word, translated by Kadi Shokon recently. This is the time we have the technology to go to work. Wow. This is time that we have the technology for Africa to tell its story. You know. So this is the time for us, and I can tell you, I've never been this excited since I discovered photography. So I'm going through that same experience now, because I now see the possibilities of what we can achieve with technology to tell our own stories. You know, all along, what we have done is rely. Anyway, just let me tell you that the next few films that I will make, I already know the films. And you are connected with Dio. You are not connected with Dio Fagunwa. No, you are not. So, in any case, you have read the books, you know that our stories will compete with any story globally. So this is Africa Rising.
Fantastic. Well, it's been almost 90 minutes with Uncle TK. Me, my own movie is coming. Baba Obasanjo gave me the title, and I told you about it. And somehow, I know that you'll be involved in it. And it was prophetic. And let me say it here. It's going to be one of the movies that you are going to make. The title is, according to Babao, it says, "It is a goal." So we are letting the cat out of the bag. That's something in my dreams. It is a goal. And I would like, let you have the last shot today. Just sum up for us your experience and whatever message you have for the world.
I agree that you made it a goal, but your son is going to play the lead role. Not you. Anyway, I thank you and I congratulate you on the anniversary of Eagle 7. And this is your new starting point. You're going to reach for the world.
Amen.
So my brother Shegun, I congratulate you. And I want to thank people who made Cordelia a reality today, starting from Baba, Olusegun Obasanjo, because I started with him first. And then, of course, my executive producer in Mainframe, Rashidi Adiwolu Ladoja. And
wow.
Yes, Rashidi
Say
Adiwolu.
it well now. The new Olubadan.
The Kabiyesi, the new Olubadan of Ibadan land, Rashidi Adiwolu Ladoja. And the executive producers on this project, Tayo Oladimeji and Kunle Adebiyi, and everybody who have contributed, all the teams, a writer, Femi Osofison, our stars, Amon Midada, Kelechi, and Yvonne Jegede, Kepiekpe Young, and everybody else, and our cinematographer, Adekunle No Dash, particularly our able assistant director, Moses Akerele, and my associates, Jide Bello, Sheun Ali, and everybody, numerous to mention. I'm so grateful, and I thank you for your work and efforts, and I hope from this time, okay, la mama law. Thank you, Shegun, for the opportunity to be on this special session this morning.
Thank you very much. Watch out. In Lagos, July 15, in the next couple of days, July 15, the premiere screening of...
Special preview.
Preview.
You took through the special screening.
Special screening in Lagos.
Yes.
On the 15th of July.
Exactly.
At the Alliance Française of Cordelia. And a day after in Abeokuta, it will be another special screening.
I'm already dreaming about the Abeokuta version of it.
Fantastic. Which will be on the 16th of July. And
I'm sorry, Shegun. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, go on.
I forgot to mention my family. The Kelani family and the other families for making it, by being with me, supporting me, tolerating me. I thank you and I love you all.
On that note, join us again next week, Saturday, when we bring you another great package. Until then, this is Eagle 7 Sports Radio. Mathematical is my name. 90 Minutes with Mathematical is this show. Until next week, bye for now.